So we're all raring to go again. In life, of course, there's so much more important than this game, and yet this game feels so important. It is crucial, imperative that the teams harbouring ambitions to go a long way come smoothly out of the blocks here, and it's all building up very nicely. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things already rolling. Zanetti promptly onto that, and that is that. Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard on his day is one of the world's best, Jim, so how do you interpret the role he's been given here?
Well, we all know he's at his best when he's coming in from that left side, whether it's to drag people away and isolate them or to combine with central attackers. But he also often plays as a 10, as we know, in a free role.
And is that a new dimension to his game?
No, he's been at that for years, and he's
had a shot! Oh, good finish! It's offside, and that'll count for nothing.
The decision came a little late because the referee initially didn't see the assistance flag, but it's the right call.
Disappointment and relief on either side, nothing doing. Nicely weighted ball. Dani Olmo. Pedri. Ferran Torres. No mess. Oh, he's been caught napping. It's a throw-in. So no chances falling either way for the time being. And it's Olmo. And here's Ferran Torres. And it's with the keeper. Zanetti. Guardiola. Hazard. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Aubameyang is, of course, well known for his dancing feet.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
This looks promising. Looks great leap! They've scored! And that takes him up to 30. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the first goal of the game.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
And there's green grass ahead of him. He's shifting through the gears here. There's the shot! It's a goal! They are purring, truly purring. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he simply had too much for the defence there, Peter. So quick off the mark, and once he got going, there was absolutely no stopping it.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
That's a sharp pass. Can he get on the end of this? He's on it. Can he get away? Zanetti gets flagged offside. Martin. And it's Cancelo. Now it's Lopez. The less said about that pass, the better. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Lampard. Now it's Aubameyang. Now it's Hazard. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Now who's going to be first to this? And he's chosen to go back. And this is... It's Lampard! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
And it's Cancelo. Dani Olmo. Pedri. Now it's Lopez. No, that's been intercepted. Lampard.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left.
He's rising! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Barcelona disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Guardiola gets a foot in here. Aubameyang. Lampard. He is through here. And he shoots! Relentless! Just relentless! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Guardiola. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Eric Garcia. It's Pedri. João Cancelo. And it's Olmo. Good ball, good take. Gavi, distributed tidily. Guardiola, and the counter is on. Dani Olmo. Ferran Torres. Now it's Lopez. And it's Cancelo. Oh, it's come loose. Ferran Torres! And that is the end of the first half. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
Just a quick announcement.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
It's hard to believe we're only at half-time. The lead is 3, but for how long? It's anyone's guess.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
So we're underway for the second half. Pedri. Gavi. Goes looking wide, and he plays one through. Dani Olmo. Ferran Torres! And he's there to get it away. Can he finish? And that is a truly outstanding save.
Barcelona are stuck in a rut, and impatient putts at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
Now it's Ferran Torres. He's shifted it to the flank. And it's Gavi. Looking for a run-up. And he's there to clear it. Zanetti, the man synonymous with solidity. Looking for the run. Spread neatly, and he's definitely onside. And it's played in here. And that has been cleared.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which...
Getting up there! Eric Garcia clears without hesitation. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Ferran Torres touches it back, and he's quick to return it. He's in a great position here. Shot could be on. And here's Gavi. Pedri. Thinks one through. Towering header! Oh, brilliant save.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
And back to the goalkeeper. João Cancelo. And Dani Olmo. Now it's Lopez. Now it's Ferran Torres. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Lopez. Gavi. And it's made its way to him. And it's Rashford. Oh, there's a probing ball. Pau Kubasi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Martin. João Cancelo. Now it's Dani Olmo. Ferran Torres. Lopez. Oh, he's found support out wide. Barcelona can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Rafinha getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
Ibrahimovic. And it's Lampard. Zanetti. And this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic finds himself offside. Martin. Gavi. Pedri. Looking to play him in. Played out towards the right wing. Ahead by 3, but they won't want to take their foot off the pedal. And no, he's seen through all of that. Hazard. Hazard going face-to-face with his great rival. Kubasi. Now it's Rashford. Now, can they get him away? Well read, and the danger is averted.
Barcelona truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
It's a pretty loose pass.
There will be 1 minute at a
He's going to be
time.
disappointed with that. Now it's Rashford. Pepe. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So a real showpiece win. This stop was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Aubameyang claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How do you look back on the game then, Jim? Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So that's got things underway. Feyenoord have gone with a 4-5-1, Jim.
Well, the lone striker has to be prepared to do some of the work himself, but essentially he needs 2 of the 3 central midfielders to make runs beyond him and trust that the wide men can service the penalty box and make those link-up runs from out to in. He should get plenty of support with this setup.
And he's had it nicked away.
For the ultimate model of consistency and longevity, there is the perfect example in front of us.
Javier Zanetti, he goes on forever, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, that's why they call him the tractor. He just ploughs on and on with boundless energy.
Zanetti. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Rijkaard. Guardiola. Ibrahimovic. Now it's Aubameyang. Ball has bounced loose now. Fair to say, I think, a cautious start from both teams. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. for it. That needed to be better, and he knows it.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Musa. Neither side yet able to find the net. Azar, a player who needs no introduction. And they can counter here. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
Lotomba. Looking for options for movement. That has been slung wide. Ibrahimovic constantly looking for the ball into the box. Rijkaard. Azar. And it's Rijkaard. Now it's Aubameyang. And it's Azar. Zanetti has it out wide and in space. And here's Aubameyang. Now this could be a chance. Albert Ferrer. Guardiola. And Zanetti. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Lotomba. Now that looks a decent ball. He's found space here. Real chance!
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Aubameyang. And the shot! Goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
After 35 minutes is number 20, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Zanetti cuts it out. Azar, who can single-handedly make a difference. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Now, can they get him away? Can he latch on to this? No, that's overhit. Guardiola is the team's great visionary. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. Musa. He's a sharp little ball here. It's Lampard! And it's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
After 44 minutes is number 28, Frank Lampard.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now with 2 up.
Azar. Lampard with his... And that brings the first half to a close.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well,
Everyone
both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Well, that was a gem of a half. Remarkable on all fronts. The difference is 2, but still, all things are possible. So we're off again. And it's Azar. Zanetti. Oh, that's a key interception. Lotomba. And it's made its way to him. Lovely bit of skill. Shot, surely! Oh, it's a stunning goal! About as smooth as it gets. It is an explosive start to the second half. Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Feyenoord cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
That's a good ball out wide. Musa. That's very neat. Swings in across. Zanetti gets it away. Tries to dink it through. And it's hoisted clear. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
It's a pretty loose pass. Musa. Nicely weighted ball. That's a shade optimistic.
Feyenoord really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few moments.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems to have developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
Lotomba. Aimed beyond the defence. Rijkaard. It's Lampard. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That's destined for the flank. And he's straight offside. No, that was never going to make it. Lotomba.
Niceties are not part of...
He's having a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Substitution for Feyenoord. Number 24.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable.
Shapes to shoot! And that was very necessary. Really good tenacity. They've played it short. Knocks it in. Can he finish? It's in! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas.
The goal for Feyenoord after 73 minutes is number 15.
Oh, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, that certainly raised the temperature in here, and both sides are looking to up their game accordingly.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Threads one in.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
It's a promising position. Played out towards the right wing, and they've got rid.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Aubameyang. Oh, important interception.
Substitution for Feyenoord. Number 10.
Feyenoord have opted to make another change here.
Coming on the field, number 46. Number 2.
It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Tries to play it through.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
The final 5 minutes.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
That's good defending in numbers. Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. So, time for a potential game changer.
Yeah, I think it's time for some brave decision-making.
Substitutions taking place.
Has to go back here. Played with finesse. Impressive jump. Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Well, you have to say how clever the pass was. It caught the defence off guard because of the disguise on it, and it makes it all the more disappointing that he didn't top it off with a finish.
And this is Bale. Oh, there's the shot! And he can thump it away. Well, now here's a good battle. Bicep. Hazard! He lifts the roof! Oh, That has got to be it! This has to be it! Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
So we have a breakthrough. That's that, the end. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Hazard taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. So a game of thrills and tiny margins, so many what-ifs and what might-have-beens, but eventually we have a winner.
Well, I thought only one team could win this, certainly in the last few minutes, Peter. They didn't half make it hard on themselves.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So we're very much on the way now. Now it's Aubameyang. Ibrahimovic has it out wide and in space. Chance, surely! Now, who's going to be first to this? No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, this player, Gravenberg, is someone I can't decide whether he's a 6, an 8 or a 10, Peter. He basically plays all of those roles in every game. And, of course, he's the main connector between defence and midfield. But he'll be the one playing the majority of the team's progressive passes forward. He's also a really physical presence, and he must be a bit of a nightmare to play against, actually.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Rijkaard. Threads one in. Lovely pass, but can he get there? It's a goal! No, flags up on the far side.
Yeah, just fractionally late, but it's the right call.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
McAllister. And it's Frimpong. Looking for options for movement. Soboslai, and into the grateful arms of the keeper. Neither side yet able to find the net. Now it's Szoboszlai. Ungamore. Now, can they get him away? Ikeᴛ picks it up out wide. Tries to cross. Oh, good climb! Nearly, but not quite.
Gakpo certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Marcelo is one whose deliveries we all know about, and it's Lampard. It's a good ball out wide. Frimpong in acres of space out wide. And here's the chance to counter. Engages and forces him off the ball. Lampard aimed beyond the defence. Marcelo picks it up out wide.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Impressive jump! No, he didn't quite meet it right. And it's Ibrahimovic. Lovely bit of skill. And he lines up a cross. And he's there to clear it. Looking for the run. Pass is just off target. Lampard. And he's there to belt it away. Hazard. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Now it's Gakpo. Jones. And it's Jones. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Lampard looking for the chance to skim one in from range. Ball played for Rijkaard. Guardiola. Lampard. Now it's Aubameyang. Nicely weighted ball. Marcelo is flagged offside. And it's Guardiola. That's beautifully weighted. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
There will be
Jones.
1 minute added time.
And it's made its way to him. Oh, it's come loose. Oh, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
That's it, 45 minutes up. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps.
With a quick request for support.
So very little to report. Nothing indeed in terms of goals scored.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. And here is the first touch of the second half. So the first half brought no goals. Szoboszlai does well to get it back. Gakpo played out towards the right wing. Liverpool ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. And he's forced to go back. That's destined for the flank. Konate. Looking to play him in. He's in plenty of space here. Rijkaard clears it away. That's a decent clearance. And now they can spring out of defence.
Zanetti. Rijkaard.
And it's Guardiola.
Rijkaard.
Is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Ibrahimovic. Kekes goes sliding in. Kekes did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. And it's Frimpong. McAllister. Frimpong. Knocks it into space. Very nicely done. Lofted in. Oh, great defending. That needed doing. And now a sudden chance to counter. Lampard. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Aubameyang was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Zanetti.
McAllister. Ungamore. Can he get on the end of this? It's a promising position. Kekes. Oh, nice touch. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that is well cleared. Now Kekes. And he welcomes it in. And he shoots! He pondered over it, and that goes down as a chance missed.
No surprise there. Can't be hesitant in those moments, Peter. Just allowed the defence to regroup and stop the attack.
Substitution.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Lampard. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
He has found a way through. Isak! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And it's been taken short. Hoisted in. Oh, good effort! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Rijkaard.
He's a sharp little ball here. He is through here. Zanetti. Zanetti crosses. And that's the keeper's ball.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Vids. And it's Kekes.
This has been a better game than the scoreline suggests, and it really does merit a go.
And he's picked it up out wide. Vids. Ungamore. And it's Vids. That's good play. That's really good defending.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Spread it left. And it's Marcelo. The referee's awarded a free kick. And the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Ibrahimovic. Coming on to replace him is number 7, Bale.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, that looks a decent ball.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And he gets rid in a hurry.
Has been indicated.
Bradley.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Ball looks a good one. Albert Ferrer calmly anticipates.
Zanetti.
And that is as far as it goes. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all.
Please report to the staff room immediately.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So things are underway. How are you reading this formation, Jim Beglin?
Well, the lone striker has to be prepared to do some of the work himself, but essentially he needs 2 of the 3 central midfielders to make runs beyond him and trust that the wide men can service the penalty box and make those link-up runs from out to in. He should get plenty.
Big chance! That's really well cleared. Ibrahimovic. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
What's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true, just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Hazard providing an outlet on that flank. He is through here. Oh, good line. Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Goal! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Engels. This is a promising build-up. Now it's Engels. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Tierney. And it's Engels. Johnston. Opts for safety. Lampard. And they've switched it over to the other side.
Good switch, that.
Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Johnston. Engels. Johnston. And it's Engels. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And it's Engels. That has been slung wide. Looking for options for movement. Pepe with the clearance. Aubameyang. Oh, they could break here. It's a really well-measured ball. Oh, that's a key interception. Maida. Engels. Johnston. And it's Engels. Now it's Engels. And he whips it in.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And he was quick to react. He's a sharp little ball here. Hazard. Lampard, and they can counter here. And here's Guardiola. And here's Hazard.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And smartly reclaimed. Maida. That has not gone well. Lampard. Johnston. Tierney. Johnston. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Goals, goals and more goals. That's been the story of the half. The team separated by the tiniest of margins at the break. Second period is underway.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
He's in a great position here. He's in plenty of space here. There's the shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And now they can spring out of defence. Tries to pass it through. Ibrahimovic looking to receive it in space. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Johnston. And Tierney. Engels, spread to the right. It's a promising position. Now that looks a decent ball. Still just a single goal between the sides. And it's Aubameyang. And it's been played through. He has a look up. He leaps for it, and he's stuck it away. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. What a header, flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and made it perfectly.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's the chance to counter. Lampard being hounded, manhandled at times.
Look, stopping him is imperative. It may not eliminate trouble, but it'll reduce it.
Engels. Maida. He's looking wide. Played out wide. Engels. And the shot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Engels has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
He's given the time to pick a pass. Marcelo. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Marcelo made a surge from full-back, as it turned out, unsuccessfully. Now it's Hazard. Threads one in. Aubameyang is onto this. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Johnston. Engels. That's destined for the flank. Nice bit of trickery. Well timed, excellent interception.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Spread it left. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, he's found support out wide.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Hazard. So what can they make of this? Looking for the run. Now it's Aubameyang. Serves up across. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Number 14, coming on the field, number 41.
Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight.
Number 22, substitutions taking place.
That's Engels. Tierney. Space for him to turn and look. Drills one in. Albert Ferrer can get it clear.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Lampard, and he's had it nicked away. Now it's Bale.
Added time.
Knocks it into space.